Okay, well, I've seen many videos on YouTube, of course, on how to paint these clear polycarbonate bodies, or Lexan bodies, okay? And I've talked to people at the track too, and of course, I've been painting these bodies off and on for, I don't know, since I was a kid. But learned a few tricks over the years. And experimented with some different paints, and of course some paints work and some paints don't work. Now everybody's always telling me, oh, you have to use waterborne paints or water-based paints or something like that, or this stuff, which of course is very good. It does work, I mean, because it's designed for it. But me, always up to new little tricks, and one that I have just found out works quite well because I like to use automotive paint. No, I don't use acrylic paints. These are polycarbonate bodies, so the clear coat on vehicles this is polyurethane, so I use a polyurethane paint. Now, one of the colors that I have here, of course, and that's from Martin Sr. You can get this stuff at the Napa paint stores, but I may let you know that this stuff is extremely expensive. However, a lot of automotive painters out there are into RC cars as well, and well, I'm sure they're familiar with side jobs like me. I have done plenty of side jobs, and over just a period of a few side jobs, you collect quite a bit of material. Now, this body is going to be going this color, laser red mid coat. Again, very expensive. Don't have much left, but I'm just doing some stuff on the front and the sides with that color. And then we'll be putting this big silver flake over it. Okay, let me set that down. I apologize for the video quality because I am doing these videos with my phone. I do not have a fancy GoPro or a fancy computer or anything to do all my editing, so for now I have to rely on just my silly little phone. However, it's a good phone, HTC One. I don't know if you can see this. Look at that flake. Got pretty coarse metallic. And then, of course, that'll be well, in automotive painting we would call that the ground coat, because on cars, of course, bodies aren't clear, so you'd have to put this on first, then the candy. But I will also be doing some carbon fiber, mimicking some carbon fiber on that as well. With this color, which is a granite color, or yeah, that's a granite color. Again, coarse metallic, multicolored metallic flake. Beautiful color. Now, I know some of you true blue RC guys, I'm not trying to offend you guys or nothing, so like I said, these are just the way I do things. I do still use the Tamiya paints and other stuff like that as well, because I'm not going to go spend $100 and some for this. Although if I did, I could probably, with this here, I could probably paint 100 of those. I did do, some of you have seen the Nissan Armada body that I have. I did it with this color, cobalt blue, just a gorgeous color. Look at that flake. Look like a bass boat. But I know some of you people say, well, it's not going to stick, it's going to flake off as soon as you crash it. Yes, some paints do that. I have not had that issue with this stuff. Now I have tried something different this time around. Now the last time I tried a polyurethane paint, it was a color changing color that RM makes. Changed 4 different colors. Anyways, the newest thing that I have found that seems to work, but again, I haven't tried it on the track yet, so I don't know. Now I know there's copyright issues with YouTube and so forth, but I'm afraid to show you the label because I don't want to get kicked off YouTube or get fined or something. So this stuff here is, well, I'll do this there. I don't know if you can see that. It's an adhesion promoter for plastics. Now this is stuff that we use in the automotive world to get paint to stick to plastics, because all plastics have a mold release agent in them, and that mold release agent doesn't allow the paint to stick. So this stuff actually dries clear. Now you have to spray it on the body kind of wet, because if you spray it a dry coat, you know, a real dry coat, it dries dull. So you actually have to spray it on wet and get it good and wet. Not wet enough that it's going to run, but if it does run, it's not going to show, you're not going to see it. So I'll go ahead and do that for you. Now unfortunately I cannot paint the entire body on this video because again it is just well, through my cell phone. And you don't want to sit here for hours, and I can't edit it just yet, so. Anyways. Take my tack rag, painter's tack rag, and just lightly go over it. Now, of course, another thing that a lot of my friends out here do is they cut the body out last after it's painted. I don't like to do that. I've never liked that. I always cut mine out first and get it to fit right. And yeah, you know, you do rip up a little bit of the protective coating on the outside, but like I did here, but just cover it up with a little bit of tape and you'll be fine. Not a big deal. It's gonna get tore up anyways. Now, see, clear? Still, okay. See, look. Still clear. So just see through it. Now just let that dry for, well, in the automotive world we let it dry for 5 minutes or so, as long as the temperature is over 70 degrees. You can let it dry for however long you want. But being that I'm going to put tape on it and so forth to lay out my paint scheme, well, I'm going to let it tack up good and dry, nice, and let it cure nice and hard. Show you the back. I think it's still clear. Now let me show you. I'll take you. My little bitty workshop. But let's go inside and I'll show you the Nissan Armada, which I did the exact same thing. Hello, Pickles. It's Pickles. Snowflake. Excuse my mess. Now, of course, some of you may have seen this one. I did do this one the exact same way. I did spray that adhesion promoter. I won't mention any names, but I did spray that on there. Oops, I did mention names of the paint. Apologize, YouTube. But see, there's that cobalt blue. Look at that flake. Isn't that just beautiful? And then of course the granite along with black. I did do the carbon fiber on this one. I'm not going to go too crazy with the carbon fiber on the other body. Well, I say that now anyways, but who knows, I probably will. Now this body, we have it sitting on my son's sc10, associated sc10, but it is dusty. I have not raced with this body yet. So, like I said, using that adhesion promoter is a little new for me as well. Now I will be posting another video of when I finish that Ford Raptor body, and that body's probably not going to get raced, but this one will. And if this paint holds up, well, either way, even if it doesn't hold up, I'll still post a video. I'll post some track time video of it. And well, if the paint flakes off, well, then I'll show you the damage. But like I said, I have not had any issues with this paint system. The only issue is it's very expensive, but I paint cars for a living, and well, you know, I have access to paints. My access to paints is readily available, but you can get this stuff at your local paint stores as well, paint supply stores. There's several of them out there. Just get in the phone book and look up paint supply stores, or call a local body shop and find out what they use. And as for now, well, let's go back. I'll show you. And to make sure, oh, here, I painted this body and it is failing like crazy. However, I've been out of RC cars for a while, and when I painted this one, I forgot to wash it. Now you can see it's flaking off here, and of course flaking off something fierce on the back. Now, this is the Tamiya PS RC car model paint. But it failed simply because I did not wash it properly. I didn't wash it at all, actually. So I just cut it out and painted it. But that was an oops on my part. And it was my first attempt at an airbrush, which I am no airbrush artist. But that was airbrush. But it's not bad when you have a template. And I used this non-skid stuff for a template. You just cut what you need, lay it where you want it, however it lays best. I try to keep it flat, but that one's not staying down. But anyways, you get the idea. And you just spray your one color, whatever color you want to use, gold or silver, or in this case the granite color, or even a graphite color. Spray that on the clear Lexan first, and then your black backing, which is what this is going to be for on the Raptor body. This is going to be my black backer for, which, oops, copyright. Anyways, just to show you, hi snowflake, just to show you the other body did not go dull. Some racing pistons and connecting rods, they're going on eBay. Anyways, turn the light back on. Dry to the touch. And the body is still clear. But you just want to make sure they're extremely clean. It looks like, I hope I didn't, but it looks like I may have trapped a finger smudge in there, but oh well, that's alright. This is all experimental stuff for right now. And like I said, I will be posting videos, a follow-up video on how this turns out. I'll be posting this video up. This video will be posted the day of me making it. So once that body is done, I'll share another video of the finished product. Well, thank you. I hope I was able to help you. And happy motoring.